Hi everyone, so in the previous video I actually showed you how I have my bill set up. So this is the first time I actually set them up like this, so it might take me a little bit of time to get used to it, but I want to go ahead and make the list of bills so that I can actually start seeing how much money I have left over, and I can possibly put that into my savings or pay a little bit extra to Neonet, which is my school loan. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. So what I'm going to do, instead of this one has all the layouts, I'm actually going to use my Happy Planner that I was using for work. I do have a lot of extra notebook pages that I bought, so might as well use them. And I did start writing out the budget, which is this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that out so that it makes it easier. So I love this layout, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. Okay, so I started listing out my bills, as you can see from here. So I have my car insurance, which I showed you in the last video. Car insurance, I have my school loan, I have Spectrum internet, my cell phone, and then I have the miscellaneous spending, which basically includes my gas, my groceries, eating out, household, which actually I think eating out might be a little bit higher for the month, but who knows. For gas, I do have to adjust the amount just because gas prices are a little bit higher, so I did end up putting more than that. It was $4 a gallon, so it's kind of crazy, but we gotta drive, so. Okay, so for car insurance, that is due. Let me go ahead and make a line so I can just divide it. So hopefully you guys can see that right there. Okay, so then I'm going to write due date, make another line. This is the first time I actually use this layout, so just bear with me until I get a little bit used to it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put budgeted, and then we're gonna have actual. For the actual, I'm actually gonna do it at the end of the month or at the end of the cycle, depending on how I decide to do it. If I decide to do it bi-weekly, or if I decide to do it monthly. So I'm going to make another line here. Okay. Budgeted and actual. Car insurance is due on the 4th. Neonet is due on the 18th. Spectrum is due on the 21st. Cell phone is due on the 23rd. I wrote groceries because that is something that I have to spend money on. Household expenses as well. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I am living with my parents right now to save money to purchase a home. So a lot of my expenses might be lower than usual. So I have household, eating out. I also need, what else I need? Gas money, and then I have savings as well. Okay, so for groceries, I do that weekly. For household, it's just monthly. Eating out is also monthly. For gas, it's bi-weekly. And then for savings, it's also bi-weekly. Okay, so for car insurance, I'm going to be referring back to this. So car insurance, it was $138, and that has already been taken care of because it was due on the 4th. So this one was $138. For nail net, that I budgeted $700, which of course can increase depending on how much money I have left over. Spectrum, that is $132.85. And then I have my cell phone. It's just a prepaid carrier. And then groceries, I do it weekly, and every week I budget $30. So in the month, I usually do it on the weekend. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 weekends, so 4 Saturdays. So that would be $120 for the month. So just go ahead and put it for the month. So $120. For household, I'm only budgeting $40. For eating out, I am budgeting $100 for the whole month. For gas, I'm going to put the budget that I put here. So it was 55 here and 55 here, so 110, but I can already tell you I'm going to go over. I just put $65 of gas, which is the highest I've ever put, so I'm already going to go over that. I know that for a fact. And then for savings, as you can see here, it's $1,300 for the first paycheck and then $1,300 for the second paycheck. So that's going to be a total of $2,600. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Am I going to put any miscellaneous? No, I'm just going to go ahead and add these up. If anything, I can always add them up later. So I'm going to get the total for this. And I actually forgot to get a calculator. So just give me a second while I get my calculator. Okay, so it's going to be 138 plus 700 plus 132.85 plus 30 plus 120 plus 40 plus 100 plus 110 plus 2,600. So, I mean, as you can see, my savings is really, really high, but the whole purpose of me living at home is to be able to save for home. So basically, as much as I can put in here, that's going to be my priority. As well, you know, as my school loan, which is here, but this is basically my priority right now. So the total, it's going to be $3,970 with 85 cents. Okay. So this is going to be basically what I anticipate to be spending for the whole month. And I did include, I put the salary here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and multiply that by 2 so that I can actually have the total for the month. So once I have that total, I'm going to write here my salary for the whole month. So salary will be $4,463 with 72 cents. If I subtract basically my expenses, I will be left over with, let's see, 39.70, 85, 492 with 87 cents. So that is what's left over for the month of October. So even though that's pretty high, I feel comfortable leaving that just because, like I mentioned, I already anticipate that for gas, I'm going to go over since I just put $65 to fill up my tank. Eating out, I already have a list of, I basically keep my receipts and keep a tally of how much I've spent. And then, like, this is already paid for. This I just paid for. Spectrum, I have to pay that next week. Cell phone will be next week. Groceries, I basically already paid for 2 weeks worth of groceries since we already had 2 Saturdays. Household, I just budget 40 and whatever happens, then I will go ahead and put the amount there. Eating out, 100 for the whole month. and then savings. So if everything goes as planned and there's no other expenses, I think I'm going to put like an extra $300 to my savings, and then whatever's left over, I'm probably going to put it towards my nail net. I will be sharing how much I have left over for my debt for nail net, since I haven't shared it in a couple of months. But this is going out really well, which I'm really proud of. So basically, this is going to be it. I don't anticipate anything else. I'm not going to budget anything for Halloween. I hardly ever do anything for Halloween. If anything, I'll probably just buy like 1 or 2 bags of candies. But, I mean, I think it could be covered with this right here. Okay? So, I hope you guys are doing wonderful. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.